Hey guys, what's going on? Scrappy here, and today we have another VGC battle like always. Today it was against Tony. He had a Bisharp, which I was very scared about because Bisharp's ability, Defiant, for every stat that is lowered gets a +2 in attack. So my counter to it gives it a +2. So I sent out Scrappy. My Intimidate lowers his attack by 1, but then his Defiant gives him a +2, so now he's at +1 attack, which is really scary going up against, giving people free setup just by sending out your own Pokemon. So yeah, we're going to hop into this battle and see how my lead with Hydreigon and Trevenant fares against his lead with Gyarados and Bisharp. So, like I said, I'm leading with Hydreigon just because I can Earth Power or Flamethrower that Bisharp and get the KO onto it without giving it Defiant setup. So that's going to be really good. So he leads off with his Bisharp and Gyarados, as I said. And Gyarados actually gets the Intimidate on me, which doesn't matter to my Hydreigon, but does matter to my Trevenant. So Bisharp actually goes for a first turn Protect. I couldn't really Will-O-Wisp anything because I know that both Gyarados and Bisharp can carry the Lum, so I didn't want to waste a turn Will-O-Wisping and then he eats his Lumberry. So it's a support Gyarados, and luckily I'm fully paralyzed first turn. Why I'm saying luckily is so I'm not revealing the Earth Power Flamethrower. So I fall for the taunt, which kind of stinks, and he actually goes for the Brick Break, which I'm good to see because now I can go for the Earth Power and pick up the KO onto his Bisharp, which is really good. It stinks that I was taunted, and I reveal that I'm Trick Room, although it is pretty obvious, and I reveal also the Life Orb, but other than that, it's fine. So he sends out his Ludicolo. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some Fake Out or Ice Beam shenanigans, so I swap out my Trevenant and go into my Scrafty just to intimidate his Gyarados, now that I can, without the fear of the Bisharp, which is really good. And I also swap out my Hydreigon because he's fairly low, and if there's an Ice Beam coming my way, he's dead, or possibly an Ice Fang. So I get a second Intimidate off, which is really good. So now I'm not fearing that Gyarados as much. So there's a Fake Out. As we see, it is doing 3 damage, and it's not even a Mega Mawile. And then he goes for the Stone Edge onto Scrafty, and that does no damage also. So that was a really good play for me. That was a turn that obviously mattered. So I Mega Evolve, and he stays in. I'm not sure why he would stay in with a Gyarados that's at -2, but oh well. I fake out the Ludicolo. Gyarados goes for the taunt onto Scrafty. Not sure if that was a misclick or not. I don't know. But I go for the Play Rough onto Gyarados, and as we see, it gets the one-hit KO. Critical hit, don't know if it mattered or not, but if it did, that was lucky for me. In comes Conkeldurr, so that's kind of scary because I know that he can Mach Punch and Drain Punch my Scrafty, and I swap out my Scrafty just so I can get the Intimidate off onto him. Conkeldurr actually goes for the Protect, which kind of stinks, and Ludicolo goes for the Hydro Pump, and as we see, it does a lot of damage to Mawile, and I don't know why I targeted the Conkeldurr. That was such a bad play, and then Conkeldurr's Guts gets activated. I'm like, uh-oh. Ludicolo hits the Hydro Pump, and I was hoping for him to miss, so that takes on my Mawile, which is really unfortunate. Now I'm just hoping that this Conkeldurr doesn't have Knockoff, and it doesn't. It's really good. I don't think Knockoff is actually legal in VGC. No, I don't think it is. So now I get my Citrus Berry, and I just go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Ludicolo so I can get some residual damage. Because I know that Shadow Claw isn't going to do a whole heck of a lot, so might as well burn it and it will slowly whittle down. As we see Conkeldurr slowly whittling down also. So I harvest another Citrus Berry, which is really good. So I know that I can probably live next turn, and I bring my Scrafty, and I get the Intimidate off onto the Conkeldurr. Which is really good because I want to lower this thing as far down as possible. So I fake out Conkeldurr here, and Ludicolo goes to the Ice Beam. I kind of expected that. Most Ludicolos have Ice Beam. It's doing a lot of damage. And now I just eat my Citrus Berry. I'm guessing it's maybe a Soft Best Ludicolo. And I go for the Shadow Claw onto the Ludicolo. I should have went for Conkeldurr, but I was just scared of protects and stuff like that, just so I wouldn't get my Fake Out damage, which is what most people do. Now I harvest another citrus berry. This is really good. It's really good that I'm getting all these citruses. So now I swap out my Scrafty into my Hydreigon so I can get more Fake Out and more Intimidate onto that Conkeldurr. So Ludicolo goes for Ice Beam, I protect myself. He goes for the Drain Punch onto my Hydreigon, which is a bit unfortunate, but oh well, it is what it is. And Hydreigon is obviously going to go down here. So that's Hydreigon down. Now I can send in my Scrafty now, and Ludicolo, if he doesn't go for Giga Drains, will die to his burn next turn, which is really good. So in comes Scrafty, getting the Intimidate off onto Conkeldurr, which is always important. So I go for the Fake Out onto Conkeldurr, which is good. And I don't know why he isn't protecting to get rid of my Fake Out damage, but oh well. I live the Ice Beam, which is even better. Eat my Citrus. And get all that nice HP back. Conkeldurr flinches, and I get my Shadow Claw off onto Conkeldurr, doing a decent amount of damage. Ludicolo is going to die to his burn right here, which is awesome. So now it's a 2v1, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. And Conkeldurr obviously is probably going to die next turn. I harvest my Citrus Berry. I got really lucky with my Citrus harvest, and if it wasn't for that, I probably would have lost. And right here, I go for the Drain Punch. Surprisingly, outspeed. I'm a brave nature with... I don't even think I have perfect IVs and speed. And yeah, that's going to take out Conkeldurr. Whew! That Conkeldurr was scary, and luckily with some nice maneuvering I could get rid of it. So good game, Tony, and thanks for watching.